What's going on, everyone? It's RJ. I am back with another video. Little stray cat. Okay. Yeah, back with another video. If I can get this straight. Week three reactions. Just a little overview. I just want to go over a little bit of some teams, how they're looking. First off, I don't know what kind of editing software to use. I'm just obviously recording on my phone, and I go into iMovie and do all that. When you upload to YouTube, you can't upload anything more than 15 minutes. So this might go into a couple parts as my first video did, because I had no clue what I was doing. If anyone cares to let me know, it's up to you. I don't really mind. I can do some research too. But if anyone really cares to offer maybe any pointers or insights onto what editing software I should use, hopefully at some point I'll have a camera to record instead of just my phone. But yeah, that'd be great, because then I can upload things that are more than 15 minutes and I won't have to use iMovie, and I can actually do more editing and all that jazz. So let me know in the comments if you have any suggestions or ideas, or if you know anything about that. But don't stress it, don't worry. I'm also going to be doing some research as well. Yeah, so let's get this started right off the bat. Living in New England, I'm a Pats fan. As you know, I'm also a Commanders fan. Yes, I'm a fan of two teams. Obviously, I live in New England, so I'm going to be a Pats fan, right? And then I just kind of chose to be the name before the previous name of the Commanders. I chose to be a fan of that team when I was very young, because I like the colors, and because my hometown team was also called that name. So I became a fan of them. I was like, oh, I play for them, so I'm just gonna be a fan of them in the NFL as well. Yeah, so anyway, as a fan of the Pats, our season's over, so it's been real great. Thank you guys so much for a great 3 seasons and a great rest of the season. Rest in peace, Mac Jones, to his ankle. Yeah, the Patriots are done. Brian Hoyer is solid. He did all right when he stepped in for Baker in 2014. He's been like in the Pats for like 3 or 4 different times now. Yeah, he's a quarterback. He's a good guy. I still like Hoyer. Hoyer's still a good quarterback, right? But the Patriots they're not gonna be able to win some games. They can't compete. That defense, the line is good. I love Kyle Duggar. I love McCourty, Jonathan Jones. But yeah, that team's not gonna be able to win. So, good season, guys. Focus on next year. And Patriots, please do not rush this kid back. Please do not rush Mac back. Let him heal. Let his ankle heal. Let him do what he has to do. If he needs a second opinion, if he needs 6 to 8 weeks, give him 6 to 8 weeks. Do not rush and force him back in 4 to 6. Please, for the love of God, whatever he needs, cater to that. He is a great quarterback. He's young. He still has a good future. He was literally second in Rookie of the Year last year. You guys are the reason why he probably wasn't able to take as much of a step so far this year as he should be. It's you guys. Get him an actual wide receiver 1 instead of a whole bunch of wide receiver 2s and 3s. Yeah. Let him heal back. Don't ruin this kid like the other team I'm a fan of. How they ruined a certain person named Robert Griffin III. Do not do that. And speaking of the Commanders, my gosh, it's not looking good now. Week 1 was great. There was a great comeback win. It's like, okay, the rust was getting off. Jahan Dotson looked great. Carson led that team back. Defense stepped up. All that good stuff, right? Well, we've had 2 more weeks of 4th quarter comeback attempts that have failed. So this team is clearly a second half team. But they look like they stink now. Last week against the Lions was okay. They were doing really bad. Made a real strong 4th quarter or second half comeback. Couldn't get it done. This week, same deal. Down a ton in the first half. Tried to make a comeback. not nearly as effective this time. And Carson Wentz is showing his true colors. It's not looking good. He's got to play smarter and harder. And I'm also going to make another video just about the Commanders as a whole, because I need to go on a rant about this entire organization of franchise. The Commanders just are awful. Through and through, in and out, this team is terrible. But that's for another video. So Commanders aren't looking good. Eagles, let's see. Let's jump into the Eagles now I think about them. Yeah, they're looking hot. They're looking good. Jalen Hurts is an MVP candidate. He's looking fantastic. He has weapons. If it's not Devontae Smith going off one week, it's AJ Brown the next one. And if they can't get that going, then they have Miles Sanders going. And if all else fails, Jalen Hurts is just going to do it himself. And he's going to get those yards. And that defense is legit too. That team looks nice. And speaking of another 3-0 team, yeah, the Dolphins are right there with them. The Dolphins are looking freaking legit too. Tua. They're looking legit Tua. Tua is looking nice as well. He didn't have the best performance last week, and also there's a lot of controversy if he had a concussion or if it's his back. I like to think it's probably his back. I think it's something with his back and his neck, and all this stuff is probably going on. He's probably literally was having these like spasms, and and his nerves were running haywire, and that's why he was like stumbling. And I mean, it's amazing the connections and the stuff you have in your back, how it can affect the entire rest of your body and between your back and your neck. So I believe that the Dolphins wouldn't go through all that hassle and all that trouble if he had a concussion to get him back as soon as possible. I'm sure they're telling the truth that it's his back and his neck or whatever the case may be. I don't think it's his head. He took a bad fall, but you never know what a fall can lead to in terms of injury. It can be anything. It doesn't have to be his head. Yeah, that team was legit too. My goodness. I mean, Tua, he is throwing rockets. He's throwing darts to Waddle and Tyreek, who are yak merchants. They just go. They're so fast. Okay, that was stupid. Anyway, yeah. If you look at the reverse thing, I don't know if you've seen those clips where people like reverse the image. The difference between someone throwing a dart as a righty and a dart as a lefty looks so awkward, and it looks like he underthrows a lot of passes. But if you reverse that and you see those videos where they do reverse it and it looks like he's just a right-handed quarterback throwing that thing, I mean, my God, they look beautiful. Those balls are beautiful. Those are some beautiful balls Tua has. He has two beautiful balls to Tyreek and Waddle. Anyway, okay. Yeah, the Dolphins are looking legit. Great win against the Bills and Josh Allen. They should not have won that game. They had, 20 minutes of possession compared to the Bills' 40 minutes. And the Bills completely dominated that game through and through, in and out. I said through and through now twice, but I don't care. The Bills dominated that game on a stat sheet every way possible. The Dolphins, the only thing they need to work on is their special teams. Their special teams is terrible. I mean, my God, that punt for a safety. There's a dude walking. Yeah, that punt for a safety. That wasn't it. That was awful. But other than that, they somehow managed to win that game. And again, they're finding ways to win games. They come back. They just keep on holding on, and that's what a winning team needs to do, is win those close games, and that's what they're doing so far. So Dolphins look fantastic, and I think the Bills are going to shake that one off. They lost Poyer, they lost Hyde. Not looking great for them in that secondary, but they'll find a way. Josh Allen will find a way. What else do we got going on here? We've covered the Browns and the Steelers. Who else faced? I'm just going off top of the head right now, top of the dome. The Jets are back to looking poverty. Yeah, they're looking pretty poverty. Who'd they face? The Jets, who did they let steamroll them? The Bengals. That's right. It was the Bengals. Yeah. The Jets are back to poverty, but they get Zach Wilson back now, so that's going for them. Right? Right? They got Zach Wilson back. That's a good thing for them. They're gonna do really good now, especially in the AFC East with the Bills and the Dolphins. And they're still gonna be awful, and that was a really just poor showing by the Jets. But the Bengals are back. I mean, it was the Jets. It's the Jets. But the Bengals got the win, so they got to be back, right? They looked a lot better. They looked a lot more in stride. It's the Jets, but they'll be riding that momentum into tomorrow. I think they face the Dolphins tomorrow, so that'll be the real test, if they are actually back or not. And they got those sick white unis. Those are the most fire unis in the league. Without a question, the best uniforms in the league, or jerseys, whatever you want to call it, are those Bengals whiteout white tiger jerseys. Those are fire. Fire.